How's it, guys? Okay, so we have a problem here. Our low water river crossing has perished. So as you can see over here in this area, from the flooding and from a bulldozer that has come across this ford, it damaged it quite significantly. Part of the ford over here is actually downriver there. So today's job is going to be to try and fix it. Well, it won't be one day, we'll do it over multiple days, but the plan is to drill a few holes in the concrete over here that we'll put some reinforcing in. Once we've done the reinforcing, we'll put some more fencing over it to reinforce it more, and then tomorrow morning we're gonna throw the slab of concrete with the guys and get it all nice and beautiful again. So here we go. Okay, that's enough holes for now. I am by no means an engineer. I'm just doing what I think is going to work. If it doesn't, I'll let you know. If it does, I'll let you know. So, let's cut some round bar for the holes. So while I go get a hammer, you can see that we are repairing this low water river crossing when the water is at its lowest. When the water is high, it does flow over the entire concrete that you can see here. So it's important for us to do this and at this time of the year, and we have a very small window to do it. You can see this is the third or even fourth attempt at us trying to do this. Every time it's getting higher and higher. That's because every time there's a flood, more rock and sediment gets posted or gets delivered downstream. So yeah, now that I've got a hammer, I'm going to vacuum out these holes and get back to it. more. I definitely underestimated the amount of round bar that I thought I would need. I thought that I had cut quite a lot of round bar and enough for the amount of holes that I drilled, but there was no science to the amount of holes I drilled or round bar that I cut. So I just kept on cutting what I needed and putting it in a hole where I found a hole, and more holes just kept on appearing, which was crazy. You can see Zoe just inspecting my work and then having a nice chill by the river while I'm hard at work. But it's all looking good so far, just continuing to do as much prep as I can and get this all ready. I think that's it. Okay, so now we'll cut maybe 5 foot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like long ones that we can put in there. Done. Okay, so we've finished drilling all the holes, we've finished cutting all the round bar, we've put all the round bar into the holes, and now we're going to throw the slab tomorrow morning. So see you there. Okay guys, so we are back to throw the slab. So yesterday we prepared everything. Now we're just going to come do some final touch-up preparations, and then we're going to throw the slab. You can see the trusty cement mixer in the back there. We've got some gravel and sand and everything there too. So let's hope it all goes well. So enjoy the journey, and yeah, let's go. This process ended up being a lot more tedious and painstaking than I thought it would. With it being rolled up so tight, it actually was quite difficult to unroll it, and with the uneven surface and all of those round bar pegs in the way, it was quite difficult. So it took me some time, but
very necessary to keep that concrete slab all together as one. Next, a clean work surface is always good, so just blowing off all the dust and anything loose hanging about so that we can get ready to throw our cement slab. Our trusty old cement mixer just doing its thing. It's a very old machine. As you can see, it's thrown a lot of concrete on this farm. Tom is just wetting the surface so that the concrete sticks and adheres nicely, and also just takes off all the old dust and other residue that the blower didn't get. And now we start mixing our concrete, putting some gravel and stone mix and cement into the machine, mixing it all up with some water, and putting it in a wheelbarrow, taking it over to the slab where we can start pouring it out and just getting on with it. It was quite difficult navigating past all of the pegs that we had put in the ground, but we managed to get the wheelbarrow to where we wanted without anybody getting hurt and without wheelbarrow getting stuck. So that was great. So in the low places we need that slab to be nice and thick, so we put an extra amount of concrete there and just distribute it as and how we need it. So this is quite a long process, but enjoy it, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, so slab is done. Now we just need to tie in the side of the slab. So we've put some reinforcing round bar straight into the side so that we can slope the concrete slab towards the water, so that when the water does flood, it'll go nicely over instead of feeling like it's got resistance or having a barrier that it wants to fight against. So we put some more concrete down and we will float that so that it's nice and smooth, so that the water doesn't have any resistance and can go over the concrete slab really nicely. It's really important to cover the concrete after you've thrown the slab. It keeps all the moisture in the concrete slab and stops it from drying too quickly. When it dries too quickly, it starts to crack and that ruins the integrity of the slab. So we're going to cover it as best as we can, just in case maybe some rain comes, but also to keep all that moisture that is already in the slab, avoid cracks, and also stop the cattle from wanting to cross it. But we'll put some branches across the road to help with that as well. We don't want cattle feet and footprints in the slab.
Okay, so we're done with the low water river crossing, which is epic. Just before the weather pulls in, so we've covered it with the tarp and stopped the cows from being able to cross, so that's all good. So tomorrow we'll uncover and check what it's like, so see you then. Alright, so final step of the low water river crossing is to see what it looks like. So we're going to take the tarp off and then move the barrier put up for the cows, and then we'll see what it looks like and go from there. Thanks for joining us, and see you for the next project. Cows came. So despite my barrier and everything, the cows still managed to come. See? They've got their feet here and here and all over. What can you do? Living on a farm. So just an update on the low water river crossing. You can see it's working really nicely. Dogs are happy with it. Water's flowing over beautifully. So I would say job well done.